So how's the new iPhone 15 Pro Max going to perform for travel photography? We're here in one of the top travel spots in the world, Venice Beach, California. Let's go take this iPhone for a spin. So I'm here with the iPhone 15 Pro Max for a travel photography look at Venice Beach. The beauty of travel photography now is that you don't need the big camera anymore. Pretty much you got it all right here. So for travel photography, what you'll be most interested in, of course, you'll do ultra wide angle for your big wide shots. And you're probably gonna want 5X, the new telephoto, to get street photography, to get closer in on subjects, and of course, to show a big crowd looking bigger than it actually is. Let's go test it out. These were taken with the new 120mm telephoto lens. As you can tell, I got a lot closer to the action, way closer than I would have before. It was also good for a big shot of the street scene, bringing the action closer than usual, making it look like there's actually more people there than there are. And speaking of lenses, Apple's marketing machine will tell you there are now 7 lenses on this new iPhone 15 Pro Max, which you might find a little weird, because if you look at it real close, you're only going to see 3, right? Well, what are the 7? Well, per Apple, 3 wide angle, the portrait at 48mm, the 77mm, which you remember as 3X on the previous iPhone 14 Pro Max, and then the new telephoto at 120. But newsflash, good luck finding the 3X, because it's not there. If you want it, you have to go for digital zoom and pinching to get there. I'm pretty uncomfortable with the new system. And here's how it looks. You've got 0.5 for your ultra wide angle, and then 1, which can be either 24mm, 28mm, or 35mm wide angle. Then the 2X, which is your 48mm, and straight up to 5X. See what happens if you want to get to 3X? You gotta pinch and zoom. Okay, so for the skaters, I wanted to shoot burst mode to help stop the action. It's a really vital thing to do for any type of travel photography. It's still awkward. You still put your finger down on the shutter and just gently pull it to the side without pressing down, because if you press down, you will start recording a video. The best way to do it is just to keep your finger down on the top volume button and let it rip. I shot hundreds of the skaters that way, but you need to go into settings and put that feature on. One new thing that's worth noting is that you can now shoot portraits of people and adjust your depth of field after the fact without having to open up portrait mode. You can do it straight in the camera app. It works as it advertised. Just take the picture of somebody, then go to edit, and then click portrait and adjust your depth of field. Pro tip, this will not work if you're shooting in RAW mode, as I was when I took my photo of the Your Name on Rice lady. In the new phones, Apple's promised a new coating to deal with that pesky lens flare, those little lights that show up in your photos unwanted. It's a little better, not totally removed. So now we have hours of footage and photos on our new iPhone, and we want to get the footage into our computer, and that's always been a struggle for me. I do a lot of airdropping, takes a long time. Apple has a new high-speed cable where they promise that it will go faster. And those are 2 things to consider. What if you just wanted to put everything onto an external hard drive as a backup, if nothing else? Well, great news. Now that we have USB-C, we can plug an external hard drive right there, like this little Western Digital 2 terabyte SSD, and move everything right over. Let me show you how. A few caveats. First thing is, you're gonna have to reformat this hard drive. This one was in Mac OS Journaled, no good. exFAT is one of the formats that Apple likes. And you're gonna use the Files app to do all your transfer. See, it says 2 TB, that's the name of my drive. And then we're going to move the files right over there. And then the vice versa is I can open up 2 TB on here, and I can save one of these files directly to my iPhone. Way better workflow. Thank you very much, Apple. So my initial impression of using the new iPhone 15 Pro Max for travel photography after just a few days, first look would be, yeah, really like the 120mm zoom, the telephoto. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot out of that. I love this new action button that's on the side of the phone. It lets you open up the camera way faster than the swipe before. USB-C for plugging in a hard drive or a thumb drive. It'll get you some growing pains to get there, but it's a great thing to have. And I think about the great Paris photographers of the 1940s who ran around town with their Leica and their 50mm lens doing street photography with one lens. Now, you could think of what they could do today with a camera that goes from 13mm to 120 that fits in your pocket and is discreet. It's pretty amazing, and it could do right now pretty much everything that you would want except for sports and Broadway, but who knows, maybe one day that's coming soon. I'm Jefferson Graham. I'll be back at you with a more in-depth, full review of taking this phone on the road for travel photography. If you haven't already, please do me a favor, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see everyone on the next Photowalk. So long.